It's been a smooth transition. There's been no hiccups, really. I don't think anyone's even thinking about Kody and Robyn, so too bad, so sad.
Janelle, with that classic sarcasm, says, "Oh, I'm sure no one's even remotely thinking about Kody and Robyn." I bet the producer just casually asked, "So how is it having such an important event without Kody and Robyn for the first time?" And boom, there's her response. But hey, let's all just pretend the family is moving on seamlessly, right? That look at the end? Totally savage, like chef's kiss. Kody's going to be so devastated when he realizes just how little his ex-family members even care about him or his wife. Honestly, I'm about to lose it on this community. People keep going on about how Meri/Janelle is clearly not over Kody, yet they just won't stop talking about him. Hello? They're on a reality show that's all about being married to Kody. Of course, the producers are going to ask about Kody and Robyn, and of course they'll keep serving up that Kody/Robyn drama. What did you expect? We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Sister Wives, Meri Brown requests severance pay in explosive confrontation with Kody and Robyn Brown. Oh Meri, you're really serving it today. Kody and Robyn are clearly waiting for permission from headwife Robyn to react. And by the way, Kody's six-pack abs? Absolutely flawless. He's clearly been working hard at looking like he's working hard. Good for you, Meri. Robyn won't be able to afford that nanny anymore. Guess she'll have to take care of her own kids. What a shocking waste of family funds. I mean, it's coronavirus time, and Robyn and Kody are home all day. But yeah, they still need a nanny. Oh, and wouldn't you know it? The nanny is the one who gave them coronavirus. Yeah, that's totally on the nanny, not on Robyn and Kody for acting, well, irresponsible. Gotta love the drama. It's almost like karma stepped in and slapped them across the face. Kody, you divorced Meri because you wanted to. Don't hide behind that adoption excuse. You used coronavirus as an excuse to spend 24/7 with Robyn. Just be honest for once in your life, and maybe people wouldn't love you so much. And Kody's excuse for keeping things vague. It's not safe to tell what's in my heart. Newsflash, Kody, it's called a thought or an opinion. You're not emotionally invested in Meri anymore, so stop pretending you're incapable of speaking your mind. It's honestly exhausting. Meanwhile, the confessionals are all about the three wives moving on, while Kody and Robyn are still stuck playing pretend like they're in the middle of a breakup. Newsflash, Kody, you and Janelle haven't been together for 2 years, but here you are, in some restaurant attic, trying to convince her that maybe there's a chance you two can work it out. I can't even with this pathetic attempt at a storyline for the cameras. Also, I cannot believe Robyn had the audacity to act all shocked, like the Pikachu meme when Janelle suggested she fight for her marriage. But in interviews, Robyn's out here crying about how, poor me, I got ripped off. Girl, please, I think this is exactly why Janelle and Christine can't stand her. Janelle absolutely ripped Robyn and Kody a new one. She went in hard on Kody, saying, Robyn is Kody's sacred cow and she's perfect. Don't you dare talk about her. Then she hit him with, how are we supposed to have a plural marriage when you worship this woman like a goddess? Mic drop, right? Kody, of course, had to throw in his 2 cents, accusing Janelle of playing the victim card. But from the previews, oh, I am so tuning in next week. This is going to be gold. Honestly, I've been waiting for this. Once Christine paired up with David, Kody was clearly going to turn all his attention to Janelle. He knows Christine will put up with his nonsense, but he absolutely freaked out at the thought of her possibly finding a real man who doesn't treat her like garbage. It's like Kody thinks men should be held to some kind of godly standard, but women? They don't get that luxury. He cares way more about how other men see him than anything else. It's almost like Even though David has zero interest in being Kody's friend, Kody still wants his approval. It's honestly pathetic. He's probably assuming that David feels about the women in Kody's life the same way Kody does, which, spoiler alert, he does not. It's the same reason he got all bent out of shape when the church accused him of abandoning Meri. He didn't care about the spiritual side of it. He just couldn't stand the idea of other men looking down on him. Christine was easy to take shots at on her own, but now that she's got David, Kody's totally threatened. And when he called Janelle a victim, I almost threw my phone at the TV. Like, seriously? If he's tired of her playing the victim, maybe he should stop victimizing her. It burns me up that Janelle worked her butt off as the major breadwinner of that family, and now she's leaving with nothing to show for it. And don't even get me started on Kody acting like he never loved her. Really, Kody? Because I distinctly remember that episode where you took her to Sedona to win her back, but she shot you down hard. So why did Meri bring up Janelle's concerns to Kody? Could it be she wasn't trying to be malicious? When she told him Janelle was worried about fairness, she immediately followed it up with a suggestion to appraise the land. It was as if she was casually slipping him a message. Don't even think about pulling something over on us. We're watching you. It's subtle, but if there's one thing a narcissist like Kody would catch, it's that kind of quiet warning. She's clearly signaling that they're in communication, which has to make him a little uneasy. That's probably why he resorts to his usual favorite ex-wife nonsense, trying to keep Meri on his side. It's a classic, disgusting move, manipulative as always. Of course, Kody and Robyn were counting on Meri and Janelle not talking. It's hilarious, really, because the first thing Kody says to Meri is that he's been talking to Janelle. But come on, we all know that's a lie. He's been actively ignoring her, and Meri knows it. So when Kody said that, it was Meri's cue to drop the bomb that actually she had been talking to Janelle. Cue Robyn's panic attack, freaking out and tapping Kody's hand with her pen, while Kody looks like a deer caught in headlights. Priceless. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Kody already had the land appraised and knows it's worth more than before. But he's probably hoping to buy out Meri and Janelle at the lower value, keeping them away from any official appraisals. Typical Kody, trying to lowball them while acting like they're clueless. As for Meri, confrontation clearly isn't her strong suit. So using Janelle as a buffer makes total sense. It's smart, actually. It puts her in a position where Kody's manipulation is much harder to pull off. Let's not forget the scene where Meri and Janelle were talking about the CP issues. It was filmed for public consumption, people. Janelle even mentioned possibly needing to lawyer up in her talking head, and that wasn't just for kicks. There was no covert tattling going on. Meri and Janelle are both divorced from Kody, and what's left to deal with? The finances. Sure, there are some leftover emotions, but that's personal stuff. Janelle didn't visit Meri out of the goodness of her heart. If Meri was the only one getting financially screwed, I'm betting Janelle wouldn't have said a word. This wasn't about emotions, it was about business. Janelle's avoidance and Meri's directness make them an unlikely but effective team. Janelle's been getting stonewalled by Kody, and I think she was hoping Meri's straightforward approach would get her some answers. After all, Janelle tried and failed on her own, and now Meri's plan B. Let's just say Kody's not going to be able to play these women like he thinks he can. This is rich. Janelle is doing to Kody exactly what Kody did to Meri, and honestly, it's hilarious. Meri pointed this out in one of her talkbacks when she saw footage of Kody whining about how he's stuck in limbo with Janelle. Apparently, she kept rejecting his pathetic attempts to reconcile while happily hanging out with everyone except him, all while never officially ending their relationship. And guess what? It's come full circle in Season 19, Episode 2, where we get to watch both of these train wrecks play out side by side. Can't help but love the symmetry. I'd also loved how Janelle made sure to point out that her situation is totally different from Christine's. Because, sure, they're all in this dysfunctional mess together, but Janelle's relationship with Kody, totally unique, guys. It's really fascinating to see how each of these women has such wildly different personalities and dynamics with Kody. It's like watching a reality show version of a social experiment. But let's talk about Kody for a second. I've never seen anyone so completely incapable of self-reflection. The man is a walking, talking disaster. It's honestly impressive. Like, how does he even manage to function on a daily basis? And then there's the Teflon queen herself, Christine. I'm just over here cheering her on for making sure to publicly call out the nonsense and set the record straight. They might not have always been on the same page, but the original three, they were a team, and at least they had some semblance of respect for one another. The rest of this circus, not so much. Kody Brown's latest confession has people scratching their heads in disbelief. Apparently, he's not just thinking about screwing over Janelle in the Coyote Pass dispute. He's actually thought about it and even discussed it with Robyn. Wow, talk about a loving, loyal husband, right? If Janelle and Meri are smart, they get the meanest lawyer they can find and squeeze Kody for every penny. And with how much the property's likely increased in value, they'd be crazy not to. Meri and Janelle deserve more than a fair share of the payout from that land. They should be getting what their investment actually entitles them to. They need a lawyer who's got the teeth of a shark and an accountant who can go toe-to-toe with the best of them. This isn't just about Kody's shady behavior, it's about them getting what's rightfully theirs. Let's not forget, Kody's firmly had plans to screw over Janelle. He's openly discussed them with Robyn, so it's no wonder she's always so quick to defend him. Wonder how she'll try to spin this one and somehow claim he's still a good man. And the real kicker? Legally, Janelle and Meri can only get back their portion of the Coyote Pass land. If they chipped in money for the McMansion, and let's be honest, we all know they did, they probably had to sign forms declaring it a gift. Banks aren't dumb. They want to see proof you've got the funds, not that you've borrowed from someone. So if Kody doesn't play fair here, they're pretty much stuck. It's honestly disgusting. Kody and Robyn have pulled the rug out from under everyone, including Kody's own kids. What a stand-up guy. The real reason Kody won't leave Meri or Janelle. Let's not kid ourselves. Kody only has eyes for Robyn. The rest of the wives, they're just a complication at this point. So what does he do? He plays the martyr and sabotages his marriages. We're talking about withholding intimacy, stonewalling, acting like a total jerk, and throwing in some passive-aggressive threats for good measure. And of course, he loves to trash-talk them to the kids when he's feeling particularly petty. Then there's the classic blame it on coronavirus excuse to avoid visiting them. Genius, right? Here's the thing. Kody's too much of a coward to actually sit down and have a grown-up conversation with Meri, Janelle, and Christine to end things like an adult. No, owning up to the breakdown of the marriage would require maturity and responsibility, and that's clearly not in his wheelhouse. So instead, he makes their lives miserable in hopes they'll just leave. If you ask me, Kody's the one playing a long game of chicken, hoping they'll be the ones to walk away. I have to give Christine some serious credit here. It takes real guts to see through Kody's nonsense and walk away. Honestly, a marriage to a narcissist is like signing up to lose the game over and over. If Janelle's smart, she'll follow Christine's lead and get out while she can. As for Meri, she's too stubborn to leave. She'll probably stay until Kody finally tells her to go, which, newsflash, he never will. Poor Meri's got a long, lonely road ahead if she continues to play Kody and Robyn's twisted game. Why does she stay, though? Is it because she's been emotionally manipulated for so long that she doesn't realize her own worth? Maybe she stays for the TV fame or that sweet show money? Or maybe it's because of the guilt from the whole catfishing scandal. Who knows? But my bet? She's stubborn as a mule, and Kody knows it. He doesn't even have to lift a finger. She'll stay because he's not telling her to leave. It's time for Meri to get some therapy like yesterday. She deserves so much better than the crumbs Kody's throwing her way. And don't even get me started on Kody's rules. He's got this brilliant idea that the women can leave, but he's somehow above it all. Please, Kody knows he's full of it. The real reason he's keeping the wives around is because, well, economics. They have the funds and tax deductions that Kody doesn't. Robyn doesn't count, though. She's just riding the gravy train. Honestly, no one wants to watch a show about a washed-up guy with a clingy wife and a dysfunctional family. The only real reason Kody sticks around, it's all about his precious heaven. Yep, he's terrified that if he doesn't keep up the polygamous charade, he'll miss out on his golden ticket. And that, folks, is a perfect example of how religious people can sometimes get so bogged down in rules. They forget to actually live with any sense of empathy or integrity. Kody's convinced he's still the pious saint while emotionally and physically distancing himself from his wives to the point of driving them away. It's a real paradox, isn't it? Meri, by the way, is practically a social media mogul by now. She's got a following that could keep her business afloat, and let's be real, she could continue the show and still get paid even if she lived in reality. She's already legally divorced from Kody, so it's not like their marriage is even a thing anymore. Meri's just stuck in denial. Everyone else sees it. She's gone, but she won't admit it. But why won't she just face the facts? It's simple. Shame. The whole affair mess really messed with her head, and Kody nailed it when he said, she was gonna leave my ass. And yet, Meri still won't acknowledge that reality. Maybe she thinks by staying, she'll somehow prove that she wasn't the one to give up. But newsflash, she already has. The gossip mill is running full speed today. I can only imagine the excuses Kody is coming up with at home, trying to explain away his sly, petty wife and the endless daily revelations about her addiction to spending anyone's money, apparently. The snoots here are practically running a real-time newsfeed of all the dirt that's coming out, so they've definitely told him everything. They must know by now, right? And yet, despite all this, she still defends herself, and Kody somehow still defends her. How does that work? Honestly, if I were their mortgage advisor, I'd be shaking in my boots by now. You can spot a narcissist a mile away, and one thing I know for sure is that all Kody's thinking about is how much of a victim he is in all of this. It's going to be all about his privacy being invaded, people supposedly ganging up on Robyn, who's just this innocent soul, looking for acceptance, I roll. They're going to paint him as this tragic figure whose kidney must look like Swiss cheese with all the metaphorical knife wounds he's allegedly suffered. Let's not forget, Robyn is totally stoking those flames because their entire relationship thrives on having a third-party scapegoat. As soon as that crutch is gone, Kody will turn on her like a rabid dog. And of course, they'll keep cutting off anyone who dares to challenge them. That's the standard move for a narcissist. So yeah, that's my armchair diagnosis for today. But don't worry, I'll be back soon with my next rant. Kody's hair delusions and denial. On a side note, I honestly believe the Browns are pulling in way more cash than anyone realizes. Robyn and Kody are probably raking in 2/5 of it. Meanwhile, Meri, Janelle, and Pristine are out there making smart investments and preparing for life after TLC. You know, setting themselves up for the future. But Kody and Robyn, they're too busy buying dolls, doll clothes, and junk off QVC to care. Kody might pretend he's clueless, but he has to know what's going on. It's funny you mention the shopping habits because honestly, I've been thinking about how downright sad and ridiculous they are. It's one thing to waste money, but to flush it down the drain on things like dolls and doll clothes. Things that won't hold any value? It's heartbreaking. If she'd spent that money on anything else, it could have been an investment, something that could grow in value. But dolls in their outfits? Ugh, no one needs that. It's just really, really sad. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.